Marcus Bennett turned 40 in a fancy Seattle restaurant, surrounded by people who were supposed to love him. His wife Sophia had planned the dinner, or at least that's what he thought. The place glowed with golden light, full of laughter and clinking glasses. But the only laughter came from Sophia's family. Never with him, always at him. Sophia was radiant, her makeup perfect, her smile polished. Her mother Judith and sister Zara were dressed like they were attending an awards show, dripping with jewelry. They always made sure everyone noticed them first. Marcus worked in tech, quiet but successful. He'd paid for the whole dinner, the champagne, the decorations, everything. But he didn't mind. It was his birthday, and he wanted a night without tension. Halfway through dessert, Zara started teasing him about his cheap taste. "You really think this place is fancy?" she said loudly. "I saw a Groupon for it." Everyone laughed. Marcus smiled tightly. Then, when the waiter brought his cake, Sophia whispered something to Zara. Zara picked up her cranberry cocktail, stood up, and said, "Here's to Marcus, the man who buys everything but class." Then she poured the drink over his chest. Red. Liquid spread down his white shirt like a wound. The room went silent. Sophia laughed. That was the moment Marcus stopped loving her. A man done trying walked to the restroom, his heart pounding. In the mirror, he looked like a joke, soaked, sticky, humiliated. But what hurt most wasn't the drink. It was Sophia's laughter. He didn't shout. He didn't cry. He simply breathed. Then he looked at his reflection and said quietly, "Never again." That night, while Sophia slept off her wine, Marcus sat at his desk and wrote 3 emails to his lawyer, his accountant, and his assistant. Subject line, immediate freeze. By morning, every joint account, every business credit line, and every automatic payment to Sophia's boutique and her family's projects was shut down. He'd spent nearly $500,000 in the last 5 years funding their lives. Not anymore. The fallout begins at 10 a.m. His phone started buzzing. First, Judith called. "Marcus, dear, there's been a mistake." "My card declined at the grocery store." "No mistake," Marcus said. "I closed the shared accounts," she gasped. "You can't just cut family off." "I didn't," he said. "You did, years ago." Then he hung up. Next came Zara. Her messages went from smug to desperate in 6 texts. Zara: "Funny, my spa card stopped working." Zara: "Seriously, what's your problem?" Zara: "You owe me for the party humiliation." Zara: "This isn't fair." Marcus didn't reply. Then came Sophia, bursting into his home office in tears. "What is this?" "My suppliers are calling. The accounts are empty." He looked up calmly. "You said your boutique should be independent. I made it independent. You're punishing me," she snapped. "No," he said. "I'm teaching myself to stop rewarding disrespect." Everything crumbles within a month. Sophia's boutique was collapsing. Judith's home renovation fund dried up. Zara's influencer trip stopped. Their perfect little empire had been built on Marcus's quiet generosity, and he'd just taken away the foundation. He moved through his days calmly, almost detached. He still went to work, still met friends, still paid his own bills. The only thing he stopped doing was explaining himself. Sophia grew cold and bitter. Every conversation became a fight. She blamed him for ruining her family. He reminded her she was the one who let her sister humiliate him. Finally, one morning over coffee, he said the words neither of them wanted to face. "We should get divorced," she froze. "You don't mean that." "I do," he said. "We've both known this was over. We just pretended it wasn't." For once, she didn't argue. She just stared into her mug. "You'll regret this," she whispered. He didn't. The divorce was quick. No kids, no shared debts, no shared dreams left. Marcus kept the house he'd bought before marriage. Sophia got her boutique name, though it folded within weeks. Zara and Judith tried to negotiate with his lawyer, claiming emotional damages. His lawyer laughed them out of the office. When it was final, Marcus signed the papers, walked outside, and breathed the cold air. It felt like freedom. He stopped checking social media. He deleted the old group chats. He started running in the mornings again, just like he used to before marriage. The city looked different. Quieter, kinder, real. A year later. His 41st birthday came quietly. No reservations, no tuxedo, no luxury restaurant. Just a few friends, pizza boxes, and laughter that didn't sound cruel. Reggie, his oldest friend, raised a beer and said, "To Marcus, the man who finally remembered he's not a wallet with legs." Everyone laughed. Marcus did too. Later that night, his phone buzzed. It was a text from Sophia. "Happy birthday. I hope you're doing okay." He stared at it for a while, then typed, "Thanks. I finally am." Then he put his phone face down and turned back to his friends. The rebuild Marcus didn't rush into dating. He focused on rebuilding himself, emotionally, financially, and mentally. He fixed his house the way he wanted it, not how someone else thought it should look. He painted the walls a calm gray blue, sold off old designer furniture, and filled the place with books and music instead of things that screamed status. At work, he started a mentorship program for younger employees, people who reminded him of himself 10 years ago, quiet and kind, trying too hard to please. He told them, "Don't let people treat your decency as weakness." One day at a local cafe, he met Ava. She was a graphic designer, quick-witted, and down-to-earth. Their first conversation was about how everyone was obsessed with expensive coffee machines. They both laughed. Ava never asked what he earned. She just asked what he liked doing on Sundays. They started going for walks, cooking simple dinners, watching movies on the couch. For the first time in years, Marcus felt like a person again, not a provider. Not a target, not a joke. The epilogue a few months later. Marcus walked past the restaurant where Zara had poured that drink on him. He stopped on the sidewalk, watching new couples laugh at tables by the window. The place looked smaller now, less intimidating, less important. He smiled and kept walking. At home, he poured a glass of wine, sat on his couch, and looked out at the city skyline. He thought about everything he'd learned. He realized happiness didn't come from proving his worth to people who would never see. It came from protecting his peace and surrounding himself with people who respected him. He picked up a pen and wrote one last line in his notebook. "Respect is quiet. Peace is expensive, but both are worth every penny." Then he closed the notebook, leaned back, and whispered, "Happy birthday, Marcus. You did it. Thanks for watching PLZ. Like and subscribe.